What's going on, you guys? I'm bringing you another Legion video today, and if you were thinking of different ways to customize your squadrons, that's what I'm going to be talking about today, with just kind of showing you some of the different things that I've done, and I've kind of finished doing a rough version of all of my Legion stuff so far. I finished Rebels today. It's by no means perfect, but I got everything done in about a week or so, and I did a few things to make them stand out from squad to squad. And this is a little tricky on stormtroopers. So the most obvious thing is the shoulder pad here. So this was my first group. I just did them kind of plain, normal stormtroopers. They're just white and black, and the leader's got the orange on him. Now I did a couple other groups. I did one with guns, right? So this group over here, I just made all their guns golden. Actually, I did them like in a yellow, and then I put some gold over the top, and made the shoulder pad on the leader gold as well. That one's a little bit weird, but I did different things on all of them. So I have this one group over here, and with them I just put a blue wash over the top of all of them, and I made the shoulder pad white so it would kind of pop. Those are probably the most two that are most different. The other ones are a little bit more serious. We've got our red, and they have the little blood stripe on their heads, as you can see there. And I do have everybody kind of set up all over. I kind of set up a little bit of a Star Killer base, kind of set up here. And I've got a blue group over here, and they just have the blue stripe going down the center of their heads, whereas the red it was just kind of on their eye. And so this way they still look mostly Stormtrooper-ish, but in case, and like you're probably thinking, well, why do I want to make them look different? Why can't I just make them all Stormtroopers? You totally can, but if you're going to outfit your guys to look differently, or to be configured differently, like if you want one to have, grappling hooks, another one to have impact grenades, and they're all going to be different, it helps so that you don't get confused as to what is what on the board. I did something like that with my speeder bikes. These guys are in kind of like a gray speeder bike, whereas like here I have my regular speeder bikes that are in the more of the brown, and then of course I did the ones I like the most here. These guys are in kind of like a blue, although it just kind of looks black against the white background. We've got our Vader facing off against Luke right up here, and yeah, Luke is pretty. I'm not really that proud of Luke because he's pretty standard. He's just kind of monotone. I did a little bit of the lightsaber glow on him, but not a whole lot. I did my ATSTs. I made them slightly different than each other. So this guy, and then again, they're just mostly gray. I did some of the wiring in red, just so I can have some detail on there. This one is mostly has bluish hues to it, but he's mostly gray also. A little bit of blue and purple, slight hues in there with a little metallic overlay, but not a whole lot else. And then of course we do have Vader, the funny second Vader with the Porg, rebased. It was for my April Fool's video, so check that one out as well if you haven't checked that out already. Or if you didn't watch to the end of the video, you didn't see the giant base we put him on. So fun stuff there. Let's take a look at Rebels. So Rebels, I kind of wanted to go with a bluish, a kind of a Hoth-ish kind of scheme. So we did our snow speeder with a little bits of blue highlights there, and it's still mostly canon. It's mostly recognizable. But then I also did some that were green, and so I have this guy here as well. And he's kind of faded green to black. That's all a little airbrush work on the base there. I started off doing some Rebels in green as well, and they're kind of green and purple. Not really crazy about them though. So after I did them, I went back and I did more Rebels in other colors. So let's take a look at some of the other Rebels here. So these guys are mostly so they have like light blue jackets. And that's what makes them different, whereas these guys have gray jackets, and it's mostly the same color scheme. These guys have gray jackets. I'm sorry, these guys have black jackets. These guys have gray jackets. But since the gray and the black looked awfully close, I also did their headbands, because these guys have like black headbands. And then these guys have red headbands. Minor differences, but everything else is mostly along the same kind of color scheme. And that was enough to showcase that they were still my army. You know, they're still working for me. And then I have another one here in white jackets with the same general color scheme of kind of like the light bluish green, wintry kind of look. Now for my ATRTs, I did one that was mostly kind of shiny, I guess is the best way to describe it. He's kind of pearlescent with like the teal kind of armor. I have this one over here that's matching the snowspeeder. You know, kind of matching that one. And then this one over here, which is my favorite. This one was the one we did all of our extra guns on. And so that one was a lot of fun. And yeah, so I kind of have some Starkiller base terrain set up right here. And it's I've just got everything on the board. You probably won't have everything on the board, but I've just got, you know, kind of set it all up just to kind of go through all the scenarios, or all the you know, when we set up some battlefield effects too, like Kylo Ren's shuttle or Kylo Ren's silencer over here. I should drop him right in the middle of the battlefield. Which one is the real Vader? All right, guys. Well, that's about it. I just wanted to kind of take a look at some of the painted minis. Let's just see how they came out. Which let me know what you think in the comments below. Which speeder bike scheme do you think works best on the snow? Is it the purple and blue? Is it the gray? Or is it more of the classic brown? He's actually a little bit darker. He's still brown, but he's a little bit darker. There we go. Shows up a little bit better on the brown background instead of the white background, because the white background just makes everything look darker, look almost black. Yep. But in here also I combined this. This was my foam piece. That one does go over the lake pretty well, and so like the ATRT can come right up here and climb right up and be like, I'm gonna get you guys. Fun stuff. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.